Hey everybody, this is Perch. Well, big news coming out of Marvel, and it's a big character death and shocking revelation, and it's a day that ends in Y, so of course it is. Anyway, no, we're not talking about the fact that Dakin is getting a new ongoing comic because you demanded it, where he is the spirit of vengeance, Hellverine. I'm not even gonna go into that, but yes, we are getting an ongoing series from Ben Percy and artist Raphael Lenko for Hellverine, which is the story of Dakin, who was killed and dismembered and has been resurrected as the Hellverine to control his new demonic spirit of vengeance, Ghost Rider-like powers. But no, we're not. I, we're, fuck, I don't even know where to go with that. What we're going to talk about instead is the death of Iron Fist, and hopefully this is not a big spoiler to you because I'm going to pretty much put it in the thumbnail that Iron Fist is dead. And in the comic where he died, it says rest in peace. So I have to believe, like when Marvel's putting rest in peace of Iron Fist and then teasing that he's going to die, I don't, like at this point, are spoilers necessary? Do we do that anymore? Anyway, they are celebrating the 50th anniversary of Iron Fist with the Iron Fist 50th Anniversary Special #1 with the Rest in Peace title on the cover. Again, someone did giveaway. It's got a few stories in it, and it's a one shot. And this is not the first time Marvel likes to celebrate anniversaries by killing off the main character and reminding them that there's new, better versions of that character out there. Anyway. In this comic, basically it's a couple different stories. We have a flashback, which for Iron Fist and Wolverine, so you got to move those copies. And that was that was written by Chris Claremont, sold by Chris Claremont, quite frankly. And then in the final chapter, we have writer Jason Liu and artist Weiss Patachio. And they put together a story of a celebration of Danny's birthday that goes into a bunch of more or less voiceovers of of Iron Fist adventures and they celebrating the Constrictor and other things. But as this issue kind of wraps, Razor Fist is basically gets into a big fight with Danny. Now, at this point, Danny does not have his Iron Fist powers anymore. That's been passed along, and we'll get more to that in a moment. But anyway, Iron Fist is basically, or Danny Rand, is attacked by Razor Fist, and he dismembers him, basically chops off his arm, and then his leg, and then impales him with blood splattered everywhere, all over the place. And so that is, just as they're saying, happy birthday, Danny boy, we get the immortal Danny Rand, said by Razor Fist as Iron Fist is brutally murdered. So Danny Rand is not currently the Iron Fist. Actually, Alyssa Wong, in her series a bit ago, passed that power along to Lin Lee and Danny's former student, Pei, who is the young Iron Fist. And they're out there teamed up fighting crime or bedtime. I'm not sure. But anyway, they're doing that. And they're undoubtedly we're going to get a new title featuring both of them or some kind of one shot or the legacy of the Iron Fist. But anyway, so Danny Rand is brutally murdered. And the comic ends with a QR code because, despite Marvel saying they're definitely not going to be doing a lot of big things in the QR code. And the QR code really was just intended for kind of, sneak peeks of future storylines. Well, in this one, after he is murdered, we get this QR code in the back of the comic. And when you go to that page, you basically get a few weeks later, the cemetery. You've got Here Lies Danny Rand in his tombstone. And the candle that's sitting on it extinguishes itself. And suddenly there is a glowing skeletal hand that comes punching out of the earth, and that is that's where the QR code goes to. For what it's worth, again, this is a pretty critical page. So the fact that this is a digital only page, which more or less reveals the resurrection of Danny, or at least that he's not actually dead, he's still alive. That seems like a pretty warped interpretation of the scenes from the future in the comic, because this is a pretty critical part of the comic. But anyway, so this skeletal hand emerging from the dead, that is where this comic ends. And so Iron Fist, not dead, perhaps going to team up with Daken to be a Hellverine duo of characters. The hand, it's skeleton, but you see some kind of muscle and sinew around it, indicating that maybe he's regrowing himself with the power of the Iron Fist that's inherent inside his body. Maybe this means he's immortal now. Don't know, but we are definitely going to be getting more Iron Fist. I don't know what this means for Pei and Lin Lee or the other characters running around. Maybe we're going to get an entire Iron Fist family. Who knows? But that's the big story. So to recap, 50th anniversary of Iron Fist. 3 stories, one by Chris Claremont, pretty cool. In another one, however, he is murdered by Razor Fist, dismembered, or arm chopped off, leg chopped off, impaled, blood gushing everywhere like a Legend of the Overfiend movie. And then at the very end of the comic, well, not in the comic, because you have to scan the QR code, go to the digital page, we see that he's actually maybe alive. So that's what's going on with Iron Fist on his 50th anniversary. So I ask you, first off, I've gotten some mails like, can you believe this? Iron Fist is my favorite character. I'm willing to bet of the people listening out here right now, very few of you listening actually believe Iron Fist is your favorite character. It's always popular to say that when one of the comic companies does something to really fuck up the character, and in this case, yeah, sure. I mean, the Krakoa may be gone, but the revolving door of resurrection stays alive. It is funny. Marvel was promoting the whole now that Krakoa is gone, the mutants no longer have a resurrection ability. Anyway, pick up this issue of Hellverine where Daken is resurrected as a spirit of vengeance. It's like, okay, literally the last sentence, but whatever. Despite this, what do you think of this move? Is this, give you hope that if you're a Danny Rand fan, that this is the return of the one true Iron Fist? Does it make you more interested of where this character will go in the future? Why hasn't Marvel ever really gotten more out of Iron Fist as a character? Just asking. I mean, it feels like the character has been out there, but they've never really done terribly a lot with him. Yes, he had a comic. Yes, there's All Heroes for Hire thing. Yes, he was teamed up with Luke Cage, but in the spectrum of Marvel characters, he was always a B-lister. But now he's a resurrected spirit of the vengeance with maybe his power back. Does that change anything? I don't know. You let me know. So in the comments below, Iron Fist, how do you feel about these developments? Dead, brought back to life. How do you feel about the fact that this critical bring back to life page actually was not printed in the comics? So if you were buying it, you get nothing, pal. How do you feel about that? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe, of course, and thanks for listening.